I bring my kids up here to let them know there's a place to pray that's more private than just in church.
Oftentimes families will picnic up here and just spend the day finding some prayer and solitude.
Our very first thing was preserving this artwork, but we wanted to ensure that this jewel would be around long after we're gone.
Back in 1854, two monks from Einsiedeln landed in the United States and were making their way to southern Indiana to establish a new monastery. They discovered that there was a large sandstone outcropping on Monte Cassino Hill, and they discovered that they could actually access the sandstone. By 1870, they had erected the sanctuary of the present edifice. And then a terrible disease hit the town called smallpox, and in those days could be a death sentence. So the monks and the students made a special pilgrimage up Monte Cassino Hill to pray at the shrine. It was noted that from the beginning of the novena on January the 5th, no further occurrences of smallpox was discovered. And so every year, St. Meinrad celebrates in October and May, each Sunday of the month. People gather here at the shrine of Monte Cassino to offer a rosary, to hear a special preached message, and the students of the seminary process from the main location on St. Meinrad Hill up to Monte Cassino Hill to offer their gratitude to God for the intercession of Mary.
My mom and dad and all his brothers and sisters have been coming up here for over a century. It was so important to my grandma. She was a farmer's wife, and she knew how hard motherhood could be and how hard they had to work, and so she drew her strength from Mary, she said, and so she instilled in us an admiration for Mary. We would come up here in May and October, and we would do the rosary, and then later we grew more accustomed just to coming up and lighting candles and praying for different things that happen in your family, births or deaths or people that were sick. It's just kind of neat because we get to say it out loud and all pray together.
I was contacted late 2015, early 2016 by the development office about a donor that had a unique interest in Monte Cassino. Early on, he just expressed to me how much he loved the shrine. So we wanted to make sure that whatever we did it right.
It was something that needed to be done. I felt like it's such a neat place. Like just when you come up the hill, you feel like you're getting closer to God. Just the trees, nature, the drive up the hill, and then you get here, and then you have this peaceful shrine.
We reached out to the most trusted art restoration company in the world, Conrad Schmidt. And so as we got started working through the process, he wanted to develop a master plan for the project so that we knew exactly what the shrine needed. We didn't want to start on the artwork restoration on the inside prior to making sure that the shrine is stable. So our very first thing that we did was to reinforce the foundation. It was amazing how much water was contained underneath the floor of the shrine. Water ran out for days. Early on, the bottom half of the shrine was highly decorated. It was beautiful, just like the top. But whenever we started, it was just kind of a neutral latex paint over it. And the design that you see was developed through working with Brother Martin and the renderings from Conrad Schmidt. We all worked together, and the element that you see up front is actually used up in the arch. The altar is something that's a little bit unique as well. Brother Martin had salvaged the old marble and copper columns from an earlier project in the Abbey Church, and we repurposed a stone top that was in the infirmary, and also then salvaged another large stone from an older project to use as the base for it. The old original altar in the back, it was just kind of worn and kind of drab. We wanted to enhance that and do it justice as well, so we worked with the artists from Meinrad Schmidt to develop a mock-up of that, and it turned out beautiful. It looks like marble. And the investment to restore all that artwork and clean it, we wanted people to be able to enjoy it. So we worked with a lighting consultant to try to enhance the lighting in the shrine.
I love how the lighting projected up onto the pictures and you notice the murals on the wall. It just drew you to all the artwork. It was amazing.
If you look at the walls, you'll see the various titles for Mary that create a kind of a litany and themselves can be a form of prayer. The statue of Our Lady and her son in her arms is from Switzerland, handcrafted from wood, and was a gift to the monks of St. Meinrad, specifically for this shrine.
The stone piazza, it is cut sandstone, as well as the wall caps that are on top of the stone wall that we laid. That is all cut St. Meinrad sandstone. Another unique part is as you're entering, you'll notice the very tops to the sandstone columns that flank the sides of the doors. Those tops of those finials were missing from the early 1900s. I was able to locate one of those and was able to get that recreated. The sign on the top of the crucifix was missing for years, and we recreated one with the help of a local artisan. The prayer garden was a really neat, exciting idea, I thought. There's a small statue of Mary just kind of out in a patch of ivy that someone had placed there. So we installed a spiral path, it's called a labyrinth, where someone can walk, reflect on their way to the prayer garden. We wanted to create something that was timeless, that we could walk away from it and feel like these improvements would be here long after we're gone.